Oh, didn't see you there. Only joking, I push record. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are repairing a pair of Wolverine worky boots. As you can see, I believe the sole, there's no believe about it, the sole has started to perish, and that's not a very good idea. The customer has agreed to have a complete new sole put on these. Now the material that I use is about 8-9mm thick, so we're going to have to do it in layers, finishing with a nice grippy pattern on the sole. Now I've also decided that I'm going to give these a good clean, and I mean the leather is a bit tired, so the dubbing is coming out once again. And also from looking and inspecting the inside, there's no insides, it's all worn away. So we're going to do a new back lining in the back of here. I'm going to insert a nice fresh insole for the gentlemen as well, because they've got to be comfortable. And well, it's going to take me a while to scour all of this off. We're not going to time lapse it, we're just going to do a little jump frame of me with these fresh, ready to go for gluing, priming and all that shenanigans. Well, there we go. It made a fair bit of confetti, I must say. But they are clean. There is nothing to them whatsoever now. We're onto a nice sturdy base. Now we've got to prime these because it's a bit of a funky material, so we're going to prime them, making sure that they will be able to accept the rubber glue that I will be using. And also, before I took all of this off, I did take some measurements. Now the heels worked out at about 26mm, and then the centre of the sole worked out around about 20mm ish, roundabout. Obviously there was a bit of wear, so we're just going on approximations, and the toe was measuring around about 15mm as well. So the way that we're going to do it is we're actually going to start with the heel. We're going to go up to about here with one layer, and we're going to smooth it down so it all follows through. And then we're going to put another one on there, because what it works out as, it would work out on 3 of our material here, 2.5 in the centre, and then 2 at the toe, which should be quite good. We're just going to grab the material now. Here it is in its glory. Micro, great stuff. Comes in a variety of colours. The customer chose this one. The other things that I could repair with this is a pair of Ugg boots. I've done a few pairs of Birkenstock soles for the sandals. The great stuff. It'll work perfectly with this stuff. It sort of matches what was on there originally. I do feel that this will be a harder wearing material than what was on before, and I've never seen it perish. It probably will do if you leave it in the wrong environment, but that's the wrong environment. Now the first thing we're going to be doing is actually cutting the nice section off to actually just stick the sole to about here. We'll do that, and then we'll get back to it. There we go. We're only just going a little bit at the time at the moment, so we're going to go them to there, sticky. Don't worry about any excess. We don't throw it away. We can use it for something else in future projects. And I'll be back once we've attached the first layer. We're just applying some heat now, which actually should be ready, so we're going to turn it off. And now we are going to get this and line it up correctly. Now I think you may be a little bit too low on the viewing deck. I will sort something out in the future, but I'm just sticking it halfway up and pushing it down. There we go. So we look like that. Hello. Lovely person. Let's do the other one. Oh dear. Making sure we put them in the same place. There we go. Like that. Push it on. Push it on. Give it a squeeze. Okay. Now this one's had a little bit more time, so we're going to trim this round with the knife. Feels like it's stuck very well, so that's a bonus. Round we go. We're going close, but not too close. There we have him. Go on. Lovely. So there is round one, which needs some work. Let's cut this one round and then we'll get on the trimming round. I like to do this every stage. So round we go. As I just said, we'll find a use for the excess stuff. Yes, it may drop on the floor, but I will pick it up like a forager. So they're done like so. We are now going to scale them round to make them flush with the what would be a welt, and then we're going to chamfer this downhill like that. I suppose we'll bring you over here. That was a cool time lapse, wasn't it? Here we go. Layer 1 is in. Now we need to do another layer. More focusing on the back. I think I'm only going to come to around, probably around just before here actually. Which also means I've got to slice some more material. Which we will be back once we've glued these, glued the other bit, and we're sticking, cutting and trimming. Toot it up, 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 Latin. Oh, you hear that sound? You hear that sound? Well, round 2 is upon us. Let's turn this off and get the heated stuff on there. So, as we said, we're just going to touch it a little bit lower down than what it was previously. Just like that. Sticky, 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 sticky. There we go, just like so. Same with the other one. A little bit further down than what we was. Sticky, 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 sticky. There's number 2. Give a little squeeze round. Shouldn't have any problems with sticking because this stuff sticks to itself amazingly. Now we're just going to trimmy.
Say what,
hello.
We're so fortunate you're over here, I tell you.
Another lovely customer. Back to it though, let's choppy. Save that bit. Choppy once again. Saving that bit. There we have round 2. It's a little bit more of a step. We are now going to do exactly the same as what we did on the first one and chamfer it down. And I'm going to give you one of them cool time lapses again. Hey! Wha-pow! Look at that. Layer number 2 all in, happy, complete. Now, third layer is going from the heel straight to the toe, all the way along, which should be perfect. We'll get back to you once we've sliced it, glued it, and ready to go again. First full sole to go on. Got him waiting on the last. Let's grab him from here. Ooh, lovely. Put you that way for a minute. And sticky you from the toe. Make sure we've got enough space, that is. Probably going to start at the heel actually. Started at the heel, just over the way. And then we're going to fold it. Pushing down, making sure that we get to the right sides. There we go. Push it down on the toe. That curves around a little bit. Just like so. I'm going to turn this light off. Don't want to send the material too warm. Material. I don't know what I said there. So there is that. Should hold firm. Put the other one on. Started at the heel again. It's a little bit of overhang, and make sure it pushes it all the way down, just like that. Now we're going to go back to this one and we're going to trim it round. Chop off this toe bit first because I have got an extra use for you whenever I need him. Keep going. Keep going. Now we've got these, obviously we're going to do the same approach of what we did before, but this time I have got to be super crucial about making sure that this is flat. Mainly because the next sole is the top sole, which is basically the sole that we can't actually change any height as, well, it's the sole that we need the grip on. So, jumping you back over here, another crazy cool time lapse. Flat as you like, the toe goes up a little bit, that's just the way that they're designed. Number 2 is exactly the same. Now it's time for the final layer of sole, which will be back as soon as the glue is set and ready to go. It's the final layer! Here we go, on the last you go. Now, make sure you're on the right way. We're going to start this side on the back. Lead it on, make sure it hit both sides. Give it a push. Give it a push. Oh, yes. So happy. So happy. We'll slice this one round before we start the other one. So I don't have to worry about sticking anymore. Ta-da! Just need to finish him round, and then it's getting on to the uppers. Oh, got some work to do there. Ta-da! Look at that! Look at that! Wow! Now we're just going to trim these round. Going to give you another one of them speedy time lapses, as they seem to be pretty quick and get you out and done. You know what we're doing. So, see you when we're on to the uppers. So now we've got these done, just like that. Oh yes, they lie flat and everything. Now it's time to bring them up a bit. I've already done the job of getting the dubbing out. Just to undo that now. I go through quite a bit of it. Leave that lid off there. Nice little brush, nothing too extravagant here. In the dubbing. And we're going to start up the side. This just going to go in. Going to go in. I'm just going to keep rubbing it. Rubbing it. Doing it with a brush just helps it get in a little bit deeper than what it wouldn't do already. You can get into little areas because the brush is quite soft. There we go. Definitely know that you can see a colour change in that. Leather is very happy about it, I must say. Just keep pushing it about what we've already taken out of the pot. There's a good chance that that little bit there that we took out could actually do the majority of the boot. Just a bit of elbow grease that's needed in it. You can buy it from any reputable hardware stores. Not available on the Cobbler website, unfortunately. You can get Dublin. That's who it's restocked. Should be, I believe. There we go. Looking marvellous though. Looking handsome as ever. To this top bit. This one could be a bit of a problem just getting into it, getting the length. We've got to do something different with the tongue, so I'll miss that out for the time being. Just because it's not really leather, it's like a suede nubuck. Okay, now we've done that side, we're going to do this side. Look at this. As we know, Dublin is a waterproofer. It's a nourisher. Only use it on leather, mind. Don't use it on the suede and the nubuck. It can ruin it. It does not like it too well. Look at that. Now I do like to get the little cloth and just give it a rub over. Go. Now for the tongue. Tongue is a different process, just going to bunk you up a little bit. There we go, you can see the tongue. Got some suede and nubuck cleaner. It's like a foamy shampoo. There we go, give it a cover. Just like so. Looking for my suede brush now. It's about here somewhere. Where are you, suede brush? Military suede brush. Ho ho ho. Just like that. Just take that off. I'm going to use this future use, so don't need that. But literally, I need to do a bit more of the suede stuff. Get it in the corners. It can go on the leather, it won't harm it or anything. It just, you don't clean leather with this stuff. You clean leather with saddle soap. But they weren't exactly dirty on that front, but the tongue is dirty. There we go. Give it a dry. Look at that. So you got this boot compared to before. Here's before, it's the other boot. Here's a bit of after. Looking a lot more happy in itself. Now we're going to do the other one, going to let it dry, probably leave it about an hour, and then we'll be back to do... These are looking 100 times better. Now it's time to get the insoles. Not yet, backliner first, which is the bit at the back. Now, I make my backliners out of this suede fabric here. I think it's a rather good thing to use. There's no, you can cut it whatever size you need it. And I have already blue peated that as well. Voila, this is what we've got. This is what we've got here. Now, can we get an angle for you, just for you? Can we tilt you? Tilt in. I think that might be a good enough angle. Let's move the glue pot out of the way. So, fold it in half. Now there is a little bit of excess, so I can actually cut it off when it comes to the finished product. I put the right corner into the centre, like so, and then I just push it around. Now I have applied glue to the back of this, and I've applied glue to the back of the shoe. So, smart move indeed. And some people do leave it in like that, but I like to stitch my back linings in, especially being it's a worky boot. So we've got that just like so. I don't know if you can see very well, it's not the best of angles, but we're done. And now we're going to do the same to the other one, folding it in half, get you out the way, and I put you facing that way, flat bit on the floor of the shoe, that is. Push it into the corner and squidge it round. Squidge it round, just pull in little bits so there's no creases in it. There doesn't need to be any creases, it should be just a straight surface all the way around. And I think we have won. Have we? A little bit more pulling. There we go. Now we have won. Can we get a good angle on that with the lights in? I don't know. There we go though. Now we're going to meet you over by the patcher, and we're actually going to stick a stitch, not over this white stitching. I like to go in between with a nice brown stitch, and that's what I'm going to do there. I'm going to go from the top all the way around this way, from the top all the way around that way. Just stops any snagging, because if you start down the bottom here, there's a good chance that you can pull it, and we don't want that. We want to do it properly. So now we've got them all stuck in, we're ready to stitch them in. Now make sure everything's all tightened down. It likes to be a bit temperamental, this stitcher does. First side stitched. Well, there we have them. I don't know if you can see them. I wish you could. Don't know. We'll have to see in the editing process, maybe. But here is the new backlining, lovely and soft. Now, there's one thing that I must do, and that is I've chosen a pair of insoles, and the insoles of choice are some fluffy ones. Oh yes. They will go in just like so. They will go in just like so as well. and then we're going to attach a nice new pair of laces onto these, and then we'll give you a sort of showcase. And there they are, nice new pair of shoes pretty much. We've got the dubbing all over these. They're actually looking a lot more lifelike. Got the new soles on, very thick. That's how they were when we got them. Now they've just been replaced. There's nothing falling to pieces, nothing perished. We've got nice fluffy insoles on the inside, as you can see. New back lining, new laces, because I didn't feel like they'd go without them. So in all, I've enjoyed this very much. I think the customer will be very happy with the repair, and I look forward to seeing you again in another video. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing. It's free to do, and you did make it this far in the video. See you later.